Welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Thursday, June 19th, 2014. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. President of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union, Oswald Robinson, said that he is pleased by the outcome of the first ever Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment Exam, the CPEA. He said the increase in the overall pass rate can be attributed to the fact that all students are required to cover the same curriculum and are subjected to the same criteria when their materials are being documented.
The result thus far is very satisfactory from my vantage point, because we are seeing a lot more schools, especially in the rural areas, emerging. And I want to use this opportunity to commend especially the Kittels Government School, the staff, the principal, the parents, and all the stakeholders which really contributed to the success.
The top spot in this year's CPEA exam was taken by a male student, Lauren Jones of the Kittels Government School, with an overall average of 95.4%. This, Robinson said, is particularly encouraging.
And that is good, because as part of the Caribbean issue, one of the issues is the male underachievement. And there are many theories being attributed to why the boys are not performing. So I'm very happy that a boy is at the top. Not that I don't want the girls to succeed, but it's good, you know.
The 2014 Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment Exam results has indicated that there was an overall increase in the pass rate for a number of schools here compared to the outdated Common Entrance Examination. One such school which recorded an improved performance is the Evesham Methodist School. Principal Vera Richardson said they're happy with the results.
We are enthused. We are very happy in the sense that we sent 11 students, 9 pass, which gave us a percentage of 81.8%, and arguably it is the best this school would have ever done at external exams.
Richardson said that his school has had to deal with its own internal problems over the years, and that this year's results have been encouraging for him and his staff.
Several persons have been meeting me in the streets. They have been congratulating the school, and some of them even mentioned that with this sort of result, they will certainly encourage parents to send back the children to the schools, because in the past parents were really taking their children away from the school.
It has been a good year for rural schools, and like the Evesham Methodist, 2 other schools in the Marico Valley have also recorded favorable results. According to the principals of the Richland Park Seventh-day Adventist and the Cane End Government Schools, Rubina Lewis and Ave Week Stevens, while they did not get any top 10 performers this year, they are pleased with the overall results at their respective schools. Lewis said one student at the Richland Park Seventh-day Adventist School did extremely well, placing 47th overall, 11th for boys with an average of 91.6%.
Yes, pass, we did better. This one is good too, I think, because here we have, well, some years ago we had a 95% pass rate, which is 91. So, as I said before, students are different, and we have some students who think that they don't have to put it all into it as it were, because of the system we're going anyway, and that is what we're trying to get out of them, to not only just to get a pass, but to excel. And then parents' involvement too, all of that are needed so that the children can.
Principal of the Cane End Government School, Ave Week Stevens, said she is disappointed that her school is not represented in the top 10, even with a better overall pass rate. According to the principal, she and her staff are now looking forward to the next academic year.
There has been an improvement over last year's performance. We had a total of 15 students registered, and 13 of them returned passing grades. I embraced this CPA with my whole heart, because everyone in education should adopt this type of assessment. No longer must we stay in this one-shot type of examination, because there are several things that would happen on the day of examination. A student might be anxious, a student might fall ill, he might just go and mightn't do well on the test, and that is it. But because of this type of assessment, you have the opportunity to repeat your different exercise. You miss it today, you can get the exercise tomorrow, and this will help to add to your final grade.
The National Accreditation Board is said to be receiving assistance and guidance to further educate persons about bogus educational institutions in and outside the country. In a recent interview with the Agency for Public Information, a director of the Trinidad and Tobago Accreditation Council, Curtis Floyd, says his organization is providing the necessary assistance to SVG's Accreditation Board by sharing its experiences, which will be beneficial to both entities.
Some of the things that you are going through right now are things that we have passed through in the past, and it's really for us to support our regional accrediting bodies to assist them in furthering the work of quality assurance in tertiary education and safeguarding the interests and investments, because investment in tertiary education is a very, very heavy investment, and we want to ensure that we safeguard students from unscrupulous institutions and providers that exist out there.
The various government ministries are being called on to create a platform to collect data for the areas that they will be responsible for in the event of a disaster. At a recently held damage and loss workshop hosted by the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, Chief Engineer Brent Bailey says at the moment there are only standardized data for the Ministry of Housing and that the other ministries are lagging behind. Hence, he considered the workshop a timely one.
Has brought all my colleagues together from the various sectors to help start this process so that we in future can move forward in the aftermath of any disaster risk, whether it be our resident guard, which is Mademoiselle, she's still young, she might not be married, Mademoiselle Lassoufrier, of various floods, of various hurricanes, earthquakes, droughts, etc., etc., etc. You name it, St. Vincent will experience it. We are 54th in risk, but that risk only caters towards mortality rates. So in my view, I think we're much higher than that.
Bailey noted that there are substantial risks SVG faces daily, given its size and population, and that citizens must always be on their guard.
Yes, I am moving to losses. Finally, I hope we can, from this database, also acquire the tools that are necessary to translate damage that a particular event has on the country, to be able to assess the direct and indirect losses to not just to the populace, because that must always be the primary focus. How we can assess what the needs are for our people, for ourselves, in the aftermath of an event.
Local police officers have been reminded of the important role they play in public health. Speaking at the opening yesterday of the workshop on men's health and gender-based violence for a select group of police officers, Country Program Specialist for PAHO, Anik Wilson, says attention must be paid to the social determinants of health, which include empowering communities to take action to tackle health-related problems.
Please be reminded, health cannot do it alone. Intersectoral links are important. Promoting access to health is another area or action as we focus on the social determinants of health. It is therefore anticipated that you will be one such link in the chain as we work to improve public health for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So as we work with you officers to promote your health, I encourage you to take control of your health. Use healthcare services when you need to, and encourage the communities in which you work to do likewise. Be the role model for our youths.
The workshop, hosted by the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization PAHO, it took place at the Old Montrose Police Station. Stay with us, we'll be right back with Carnival Beat.
See your eyes, yeah. Whip them up like you just don't care. Point them up to the sky, let them fly.
Courts St. Vincent yesterday launched its Carnival promotion, aligning with local soca artist Keith Currency. Currency has recreated his song Piece of This, which will be incorporated into Courts promotion dubbed Get a Piece of the Hot Carnival Action at Courts. Today's launch saw the signing of the contract between the furniture and appliance store, Keith Currency, and his manager, Mark Cyrus. The parties spoke about the unwavering support Courts has given to promoting local artists over the years and noted that the support extended to Currency this year can only propel him further. Courts said it is delighted to be associated with this new budding artist and notes that through the promotion of the art of soca music and local musicians, the cultural landscape of SVG can continue to grow. Several mass bands are busy fine-tuning their production for Vincy Mass 2014, and not least among them is the Melbourne Artisans Mass Camp. Recently, Jamisha Wright visited the mass tent, and in this report tells us what we can expect from the mass band this year.
For its Mass Production 2014, Melbourne Artisans will be highlighting the most festive seasons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines through its presentation entitled Compliments to the Seasons. Assistant band leader Cleopatra Weeks told SVG-TV News that the band this year comprises some 7 sections.
This is Masquerade, Children, Tourists, Blues Season, Valentine's, Christmas. We have two other joints, but they are not here at the moment.
And what are those other 2 sections?
They are Independence and Easter season.
Alright, so tell us roughly how many persons you're catering for this year?
200 persons.
200. And how would you say registration has been going?
A bit slow. Most people wait until last minute to come and buy their costumes.
Alright, but tell us though, roughly, the tent is filled, persons are busy working. Tell us how work is progressing in the tent.
Work is going good. Not much workers, but we're getting everything done. Almost all the sections finished. We are focusing right now on Kings and Queens.
Well, that was actually my next big question. Could we expect to see King and Queen, Junior King and Queen from Melbourne?
Sure, Melbourne all time have King, Junior King and Junior Queens. Yes.
Okay. You want to tell us what we could expect? What are the names of those costumes, or are those secrets?
Secrets right now. Yes, secret right now.
I'm sure you want to urge persons to come out and be a part of Melbourne for 2014, so you can use the opportunity to do just that.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to come register with Melbourne Artisans. We are not really a big band, but still, we meet everybody's needs. So who don't have money to pay with the large bands and thing, we are time here. So you can come and register with us. We take whatever little you have.
Melbourne Artisans will come up against some 11 other mass bands on Mardi Gras Day on July 8th, 2014 in an attempt to capture the prestigious Band of the Year title. Jamisha Wright reporting for Carnival Beats.
See